Once upon a time, in a lively neighborhood, there was a group of kids planning a surprise birthday party for their friend Timmy. The excitement was palpable, but little did they know. Their parents were about to turn the day into a comedy of errors. In the American household, Timmy's mom walked into the living room where the kids were huddled together, whispering, "What's going on in here?" she asked, hands on her hips. The kids froze. "If you're planning a surprise party, you better clean this mess up. And remember, no dessert until the house is spotless." The kids groaned in unison, knowing they had to tackle the mountain of toys, snacks, and glitter that had exploded everywhere. As they cleaned, they joked about how their punishment was worse than being grounded. No cake until they scrubbed the floors. Meanwhile, in the African household next door, Timmy's friend Kwame's dad heard the ruckus and stormed in like a lion protecting its cubs. "What is this noise? Are you throwing a party without me?" he boomed, and the kids jumped. Kwame, trying to save face, said, we were just planning a surprise for Timmy." His dad crossed his arms and said, "A surprise? Well, you know what that means. It's time for a punishment." The kids braced themselves for a lecture, but instead he grinned mischievously. "You'll each take turns eating the cake while the others watch. And if anyone complains, I'll eat the leftovers." The kids burst into laughter, realizing that their dad was turning what could have been a boring punishment into a hilarious spectacle. "But Dad, we want to eat too," one of them protested. "Ah, but you must earn it," he replied, dramatically waving a fork in the air like a conductor leading an orchestra. As the party day arrived, the American kids were still cleaning, but they were also plotting. They decided to bake a cake to surprise Timmy, but in true American fashion, they got a bit too ambitious. Flour flew everywhere, and soon the kitchen looked like a snowstorm had hit. "This is definitely going to be worth it," one kid said, while another added, "Yeah, if we don't get caught first." Meanwhile, the African kids set up their party with the cake as the centerpiece. Kwame's dad, in full entertainer mode, decided to host a cake-eating contest as part of the punishment. "Whoever eats the most cake wins a special prize," he announced, and the kids cheered. They took turns devouring slices of cake while the others cheered them on, making ridiculous faces and pretending to be judges. "10 points for the frosting mustache," one kid shouted, and they all erupted into laughter. Eventually, both parties converged in the backyard, where Timmy was greeted with a surprise he wouldn't forget. The American kids arrived, covered in flour, and the African kids were still giggling from their cake contest. Timmy's mom looked at the mess and sighed, "Well, at least you all had fun, right?" Kwame's dad chimed in, "And remember, kids, if you ever plan a party again, make sure to invite me first. I'll bring my fork." The kids roared with laughter, and from that day on, they knew that no matter how different their parents were, they all just wanted to have a good time, preferably with cake involved.